ready. We return to the shores of Dunbrook as you guys have, picked yourselves up from the rubble, helped out as many as possible, and still celebrated your wedding even under the circumstances. It was lots of drinking and lots of eating, and although it wasn't as lighthearted, it was still a ceremony and celebration. You guys woke up to the terrible news that following morning, though, that there had been an attack in Madeir that there were some casualties in effect to the kingdom and troops. You guys have since made your resolve to pack up your belongings and start heading to Madeir. I believe you guys were planning on arriving the day before, or how soon? 2 days, 3 days? I don't remember how soon you planned to leave, because I think we were just a few days away after the wedding.
I think we were.
Or maybe that's what it was with the travel time. Unless you guys are teleporting of some sort, I don't know, but.
Well, we could, right? Skyber, you know a tree out there.
There are lots of trees out there.
So, do you want to wait for our keys to go back to what they were and then head over? Or head over as soon as possible?
That's what it was. I think that's what you guys were holding out on. And after that, then you guys were going. So that's maybe why I thought you guys were arriving the eve before, or maybe the day before. If you guys remember differently, please correct me.
No, I think that's right.
Okay. Now, I think there's a little grace here. If you teleport, if you fly out, we can say you can arrive like the day before. If you teleport, let's say you can arrive 2 days before. Whatever you choose. The only thing you'd have to consider is what tree you'd want to consider teleporting to. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I guess where you would, what tree you are familiar with or seen, I guess. Madeir. I'm sure there's trees in Madeir. I'm just wondering, does it matter the size of the trees at all? Like, does it have to be big enough for a person to pass through?
I believe so.
We would probably want to keep with the ship, right?
It honestly doesn't say it has to be a big plant. So larger inanimate plant.
Either way, I'm not gonna split hairs. I'm sure buried trees. I'm sure you'll find one that's thick size. The only reason I was wondering about if the dimension or the size of the tree was mattered, if you needed a bigger tree, you probably would have to go a little bit outside of Madeir. And outside of Madeir, I can't guarantee you what is or isn't behind enemy line. That's kind of the only thing I was concerned about if you guys were considering teleportation.
But they wouldn't see it coming.
That is also true.
No one ever expects the Inquisition.
And we'd like to fly Argo through the tree if possible.
Speaking of Argo, I feel like we may have talked about it like at the dinner of the wedding day. And it's up to you, Skyber. Are you cool with teleporting us there?
Actually, I was thinking that maybe we take Argos to Madeir, and I think we're supposed to meet up with all the Alliance, and we use the teleport through plant deeper into the enemy, behind enemy lines, so that we don't have to sneak all the way through. We could just cut through their barrier.
That might be a good idea.
Because I only have one 6th level spell slot and one 7th level spell slot. Oh, and an 8th. I want to save those for.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, if you use teleportation to travel, you'd probably I give you an extra day. You'd have 48 hours before your quote unquote when you were supposed to return to Madeira. If you fly Argos across, you still have a day.
Oh yeah, I guess we could
it would be like
teleport
the next
in.
day.
Yeah, we could probably teleport there then. Save time.
Yeah, if that's what you guys wish to do, that it'll put you 2 days before there. But just let me know if there's anything else you'd like to do before you depart Dunbrook. See here real quick.
I just realized I was muted and I was speaking. This happens so much. Can we, as we're sitting around having dinner, we've decided we'll teleport there, we have a few more days, and then we'll go and do the thing. Can we tell Argos to head there now? Start heading there? Because he has to fly, right?
Yeah.
So,
Or he doesn't have to. You could technically summon
can,
him
like,
back at
summon
night.
yeah, we
in
can
there,
summon
yeah.
him. Oh.
Yeah, at nighttime you can like call him from. Well, shoot.
Yeah.
Does that include
Yeah.
the people that were on? Because
Yes. Yeah.
weren't
you
the-
could- they could
wasn't
travel.
that Dragonborn?
Yeah,
That white Dragonborn was on it. And
The
Yep.
prophetic dragonborn. Yeah.
Sarah, and you got the wolf on there. I hope I'm not forgetting anyone else. It's been a minute.
We're leaving the bears here,
That's right.
Mhm.
You're leaving all with Flora.
the babies.
Okay. And what else?
I don't know.
Argo's on some fated mission to go find a dragon. Not Argo.
Umbra, yeah.
Yep,
Umbra,
that one.
yep. Okay, so you could always try to reach out to Umbra if you'd like.
Hey, your parents finally got hitched.
I don't think it was
Are
tell you
you
send that over a sending spell.
Fair. Fair. I mean, other than Lorna saying goodbye to her families, that's about it.
And your family will all gather as you guys all prepare to head over to. I'm sorry, you're teleporting. Thinking you're flying. To go across, the sea to Madeira and prepare for the final fight. Your mom and dad are trying to keep this, their spirits high, but when they say goodbye and they love you, there's a little bit of fear that this might be the last time. And then your father will kind of try to break the tension and say, just keep yourself safe. And he puts your other hand on your shoulder, currently, like, keep each other safe. And then at the same time, he kind of gestures to the rest of you, all of you together must keep each other safe. You must all come back.
We'll try our
And-
best.
He kind of lets go of your guys' shoulders and kind of comforts your mother a little bit as she's, kind of misting up a little bit, and to kind of keep herself from sobbing, she goes, "Well, go on then. Go save the world."
Lorna's gonna give her a big, big hug. Crush her a little bit.
And she can't keep the tears in at that point, and she's just hugging you, and she goes, "Please come back, little Firefly."
I promise. To the best of my ability, I will try and come back. Right, Skybor, before I start crying.
Where you find the perfect tree. Would you like to describe how it goes?
I mean, it splits open, and there's no light or any stereotypical fantasy teleportation portal thing. Instead, it's just as it splits open, you see the other side, uh, like a kind of like a Doctor Who sort of thing, where it's like you look behind the tree. There's nothing there, but you look on the inside of the split. You can see the other side of the location that we're going to.
TARDIS tunnel.
Yeah.
I got you. So you kind of have to approach the tree, and as you guys move towards the tree to look inside and pass through to enter Madeir, the light kind of hits your face on the other side a little bit, and as you start to make your way through the opening of the tree, you get the smell of sea and salty air fill your lungs full. At the same time, you smell smoke and other gunpowder, explosives like that hovering off in the distance. It's a mixed smell. Your eyes are greeted, though, to a very high promenade where this nice, beautiful tree is in Madeir, and you are kind of on the courtyard of the overlooking the bay of Madeir. And across the bay, you see the water is fully alive. You see triremes from greycoats gleaming with bronze shields. You see the freemen and their mismatched kind of flags and fleet in the distance. You'll even see Madeir's naval fleet on the coastline with large artillery weapons to fire attacks long distance away to the front lines. And you'll see other things. See other ships, and most surprisingly, you will see some northern longships. These are things that these are the ships of those that you ran into in the frozen north, the Northuldra. They have traveled down to this fight as well. You can also look across the horizon along the coast, I should say, and you see tents, pavilions, siege platforms, towers. Fill the beaches. Thousands and thousands of fires kind of light the coast as many troops and forces arrive. You can even see as you kind of look around and get your bearings, you only turn around. On the other side, you're standing before the massive palace of Madeir, and you kind of see the cliffs on the far right, facing away from the bay. You see giants sitting in position, their silhouettes up in the cliff sides. You also will see the dragons that seem to be circling in the skies. It seems that they are kind of keeping within their chromatic, are flying onto more to this region and the metallic in the other. Sorry, trying to make sure I don't leave anything out. But anyways, sorry, you see all these different troops. You see glimpses of the Horde, the Gilded Army, even some tattered, wet remnants remain of the Underdark that still fight for the cause, although admittedly very few. You see druids and even some of the monks and many others, filling these shores, and even the city proper as you look kind of around. Sorry, there's a lot to tell you about. You guys are in the palace kind of courtyard, unannounced. What would you guys like to do first?
Lorna's just kind of in shock at how many people are around them that have actually come to help. But then she'll look at the others and be like, right, we should probably go and find Whoever's in charge.
Especially since we sort of just showed up in the middle of the castle.
Yeah. Right. To the castle gate.
And correct me, this is in the morning time when you guys did this, or did you leave at nighttime? No, you did
No,
morning time for
morning.
the long run, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys are 2 days ahead of schedule, presumably.
Yes.
All right. Let's see here. All right, so let me move you to the other page. That would probably be a good idea. Oh shoot, did I clean this up for you yet?
Yes.
Nope.
I mean, there's no people on it.
Yeah.
There are or are not?
Are not.
Okay, good. So let me. I just don't want to delete the wrong one and have to redo it on the spot. So you said there's no people on it right now?
Correct.
Unless you're talking about these little ants.
One of the little ones on the beach.
Excuse me, sorry. Anyways, so you approach the center, palace as you kind of make your way in, and it is not long before you see all other various people along the way. You're gonna see some hoplites, actually, some people from Olympos in the halls, in the halls inside. You're even gonna see Lorna. You're gonna actually recognize someone from Dunbrook, a shield maiden.
Oh.
The head Hari has made it over there, and she simply raises her axe in your direction at your arrival. And then you guys will also see some dragonborn-like creatures kind of in the halls. They actually give me a nature check, Gybor. And Cronus, I'll give you this too. Cronus, I'll give you advantage on this, Cronus. Okay. Don't really notice anything enough to know much more about them, but you see all walks of life from different people, some wearing colors and banners that you aren't familiar with. But it's clear that you're making it into the main hallway. One of the main hallways where you've either made several calls over the magic mirror, or have met with Ariel, her husband, and many and others in the past. Anything you guys want to do or collect for or discuss before you guys enter the room?
What are we going to suggest when we get in there?
I mean, we don't know the state of things, and since when have we walked into a room with the plan?
Fair.
All right.
Let's go find out what's going on.
We do that power walk into the room.
And you hear lots of voices and from various people in this room, discussing over this grand, center table and this massive war map of Medir, where this arbitrary front line is or isn't, and what they're, going over the effects of combat over the recent events. As you guys come in, you'll recognize many familiar faces, and the first one that looks up to greet you with a bright smile. You see lines in her face. It seems like it's been a while since she's had a good moment of hope and joy, and it's Snow White as she looks up at you all. I'm gonna go ahead and move you to another page. You also notice in this room, Tarzan, Mulan, Hercules, Anna, Thoric, the giant king that you guys met before, Rethic, and well, I shouldn't say that. I'm sorry, but you will see a white dragonborn who you'll come to know as Rethic. She is not in her typical dragon form, and you will see a platinum dragon, and also in humanoid form. You're kind of looking at these dragons, Cronus, and you're kind of putting two and two at this point together. That maybe these dragonborns you saw were other dragons than, humanoid form. Her eyes kind of look up to you and smile. Heroes of Karuda, we're so glad that you've kindly come to our shores and prepare with us in this most desperate hour. By the way, you guys can you see all the characters on this page?
We see
Nope,
great.
it's just a
Gray.
gray. It's just a gray.
Boom.
There
There
it
we
goes.
go.
Wow.
Yeah, I had it organized because there's a background, and now I did it differently. But anywho's it. So you see several people from your past here. Then she immediately invites you to sit. Mulan will notion at your way, and Anna or Hercules will give you guys a smirk and a smile, and Thorak and the dragons will also give you nods. Everyone acknowledges your presence and shares in the excitement of your arrival.
Well,
We've been discussing many things, ahead, and many ideas and strategies of potential ways to get through. The scouts that Mulan have been coordinating, along with the shinobi and the monks' assistants, have uncovered little but valuable information to give us some kind of inclination of what we have to work with ahead of us.
good.
It's now just the timing of the essence. Fear is and definitely about to fire again. And if it's not its final blast, it's going to be certainly another one of its overcharges.
Yes, and we want to stop that. We want to stop all this as soon as we can. We know that.
Well, if you like, we can kind of go over what we've been discussing. And she kind of gestures at the table. And Mulan then kind of steps up as the map, is lit by little red lanterns stagger around, and she points these things on the map, and she goes, "Our scouts have confirmed that the firing cycle has begun. Sorry, siphoned enough energy to continue to do these blasts, these supercharges or overcharges or bleeding effects that are happening while the weapon is charging up, to affect our lines and our soldiers and troops a little bit more regularly. A full charge will indefinitely annihilate all of Madeira. And we must act before they have the chance to do so." Honest speaks up and says, "The darkness seems to be advancing in three tides. Trolls and the giants in the east, the puppeted soldiers on the north, and then drow and orcish corrupted legions all in the thick of it." She looks at the party and says, "You all, we can hold the line. All our forces and all of us standing, fighting for the same cause. I believe we can hold this line, but we cannot stop that spear." Hercules then kind of speaks up a little bit and says, "If the spear fires, nothing we do really matters. Armies, dragons in the sky, it's going to be horrible for us. So we believe we need a strike team." And he kind of winks at you, Callie, and I think I speak for everyone when we have certain people in mind to lead such an effort. Auroria.
I have a side
Oh,
question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Do these people know that the evil empress is Snow White's mother?
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
Stepmother.
yeah.
Okay, so
They all know.
Yeah.
They all know that's her mother. Yeah.
Alright.
They do not
Just
know
so-
what you know. Or what you guys have learned in your recent adventures.
as to why she's this way.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
Okay.
The
Because
new
I'm
face.
wondering if there's
Oh.
going to be a problem if we have to destroy her. If Snow White's
Well-
okay with that.
Maybe if you guys want to have a above table conversation real quick to see if you guys want to bring it up or how you want to bring it up, that's cool.
Yeah, we probably would have discussed this on the way or something.
Yeah, you probably would discuss the topic of what are we going to do with the Empress when we encounter her,
Mm-hmm.
and what does that mean, big picture. Let me go ahead and finish what they're talking
Okay.
over the strategy real quick. But yeah, let's
Yep.
definitely. There's a lot of talking voices, and I promise I'm not going to let them all
Mhm.
talk for the remainder. But they all have something to add. So, anyways, Auraria, the new face, the Platinum Dragon, speaks up. The skies will belong to us, and we will escort the strike team. If you past the Empress's magic and creatures and other flying deformities that they turned against their own kin.
Okay.
Thorak then kind of speaks up after and says, the giants can hold the Eastern Ridge, and we'll definitely collapse some of the, we can collapse on them once the front line makes their push and really divide their attentions and put the pressure while still making assaults against with siege weapons and attacks against the fortress and other siege constructs that the enemy is utilizing on the field. And then lastly, you'll see the Therial, the Gilded Army general that you guys met in your time in the Eastern Kingdoms, and she will say at how her siege engines are also going to help in the attack against the fortress and the towers, as well as against other siege weapons. But ultimately, she says that if we attempt to do the strike force, we will focus all of our ships and our weapons on clearing making the most clear path for you to approach the flying fortress. Between the dragons and our flying ships and flying beasts, we should be able to provide you enough protection to at least reach the fortress. We will not be able to sustain bombarding or attacking the fortress that close with the spear of finality charging so rapidly, but we believe that we can get you enough, and there's enough willing, brave men and women that are offering their lives to make this possible. And they kind of, continue on some other ideas about strategy and how they're contributing to the fight. But essentially, they've talked about how they have got plans upon the battlefield and how they're going to try to contribute. But ultimately, what they're sharing is I've thought just there's no really victory with that fight. The weapon still firing is to try to give you the best chance onto the ship.
Mm-hmm.
They do at the end of all their kind of explaining of things they've been discussing for clearly days and days. They look at you, but Snow White kind of stands and calms the room, and she looks at you all and says, Kruta, speak. What are your thoughts in this war and this strategy? What path do you think we should take in this war? And I'm gonna pause here for you guys if you guys want to do any above table discussion, but then or if you guys want to dive right into it, I'm cool with either way.
I think we should clarify what we're going to suggest that we do with the Empress out of character.
Probably. What are...
So, overall, we go in, we take out the Empress, but then that's leaving us with Merlin and Chernabog. After that, or we're saying, okay, we've taken out the Empress, we have a day to recover or so, and then we can go fight? Like, I'm just wondering how that timeline of events is going to go. Are they connected?
Sounds like this is a one-way ticket to the Flying Fortress.
Yes. And on
Our-
But that
our
doesn't
first-
necessarily...
Our first target has to be the artifact or the
Yes.
keys.
Which
to
goes in
stop-
with the Empress.
If they're together, that's fine. Which
Yeah,
they should
but-
be.
Yeah.
Right. So
But even if we don't concentrate on her first, we have to stop the keys. Or this whole kingdom gets destroyed and all our allies. So we have to do that first.
I mean, yeah, those go hand in hand usually. I think
Yep.
probably will. I
And
mean,
the second question, do we want to try to save her or just straight up destroy her?
I feel like we pose that to Snow White because that is her family. We have our
Mhm.
opinions on it, and I think we all
I don't think they know what she is,
yeah.
Empress. They know she's Snow White's stepmom.
Yeah. So
They don't know why
I think
she
they
is.
know anything past that.
yeah, so we'll talk to her about that, and we can basically say, look, if we can capture her, we'll capture her, but if not, we have to take her out.
Basically.
You tell us what your opinion is, and we'll try to keep to that opinion. However, things may change on the ship. And then I just don't know after that if then stopping Merlin and Chernabog after that is the same.
Theoretically, we have to summon Chernabog
Yes.
if she doesn't beat us to it.
Okay, so she's also trying to summon Chernabog at the same time.
I'm pretty sure. 'Cause isn't that her whole thing? Summon him, destroy the world, eat Merlin. I don't know. I made
The
up the last
Empress is working with the Dark One in the darkness. Quill and her interests seemingly are to conquer the world and bring the Dark One about.
So yeah, still need to bring him back. I also forgot about the other fucking tiefling.
Oh, fucking Quill.
He's the one using the artifact.
Yep.
Yeah.
He has both.
He's the one that took my
relics.
keys,
Yep.
and he's using those to make the
How's he
beam or
firing
whatever.
it so quickly?
They must have reserves. of
What they're
power.
trying to and I'm doing a horrible job. I can't challenge vocabulary tonight. But it's basically, it seems like they're finding a way to charge the weapon faster and faster. It's highly unstable, and it must dissipate some of the uncontrollable energy that is trying to be generated and harnessed at the same time. Basically, they're trying to charge it up so fast that what the energy that it's generating cannot fully be harnessed, so it has to be bled off or released because it will blow the whole thing up.
Hey, now, you shouldn't have said that.
I was about to say, we can figure out how the fuck he's doing that.
I'm sorry, Mulan.
turn
I'm
it
sorry,
into a
Mulan is
nuke.
already Mulan has basically shared as such.
So,
All right, let's Death Star this.
I mean,
Let's-
basically.
circle that. That Plan C is catastrophic explosion,
Yes.
which we don't have an exit strategy for.
I do.
For you or for
Actually,
us?
we do. We all do, actually.
We do.
What's that?
Yeah. I got
is-
a staff. Where is it? Staff of Elder Widow. Basically, I can plant it. I can only do this once per day, but I can plant it, and I can use that to transport us to one of the elder trees on the world.
Yes.
Did it have to be in ground, or can you plant it in a floating ship?
Well, s-
He says
Let's see
plant
where-
it, so I would suggest
Well,
that
I
you
mean,
ground or
The
dirt.
the word English, the English language is fun because technically you can plant something in the ground without being a real ground.
we got a bag of holding. We can just fill it up with dirt and just.
Bring a jar of dirt.
We brought the earth to you.
I've got a jar of dirt. Suddenly Jack Sparrow's gonna come up just in time.
I have rope
you hear
trick
that
where we
voice
can jump
out
to
from
that
the-
little secret box.
Yeah, but then
Yeah.
when we come back, we may be like 1,000 feet in the air.
Yeah.
Right. I think we all have a way of not
Yeah.
dying from falling.
Yes.
Towards the end, yeah. Oh, wait,
Yeah.
no, shit, I can fly.
Yeah.
That's, yeah.
Upgrades, baby. Upgrades.
So, exit
Still doesn't
strategy, we're
help if
covered.
we are in the center of an explosion.
Fair. Okay. So, objective 1, stop the keep. Potentially through catastrophic explosion, but maybe not. Hopefully not. 2, Empress / Quill.
Destroy Quill again.
Yes.
I
And
think
the
Quill is 2. Empress might be 3.
Okay. So 2A is Quill, 2B is Empress. Cool.
And 2 not to be is dead.
Yes. And then 3 is Merlin and Chernobog. But that's we don't know when that
It's
happens.
literally a massive ritual that either we have to perform or
Yeah. Which
she
means
is performing.
well, like, so if she's not performing it, if all that, like, that's gonna be great because then we can have a day to recover. We can do all that, hopefully. And I had thoughts and they're gone.
Number 4
I mean-
is pick up any shiny objects that we find.
I feel like that's just an overarching
Yeah.
thing.
That's secret objective B.
Okay.
What's the secret objective A?
That's my objective.
Don't you know? My brain is not working.
Right. So basically, get on the ship, try to stop the weapon.
Yes.
Potentially blow shit up.
Yes.
So we have this big battle they're planning,
Yeah.
the giants and the dragons, and everybody's going to be able to do that. And they're going to try to push through a corridor for us to get in.
Yep.
Should we, this just an alternate thought, should we have that as a diversion? Because Skybor
Oh.
said that he could jump us behind lines. And
I mean, we still have to get up into it.
But that's the thing, we can fly.
yeah. But if they all
Quickly?
think that that's how we're coming in and they move to defend that and the dragons are pushing through and
Well, you know what? Maybe that's something we'll discuss in character.
Okay.
Let's breach in a different
yeah, we're
way.
still out of character, aren't
Yeah.
we? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah,
So-
it sounds like you guys got a few
Give-
good ideas of what you do want to share and not share. So let's maybe jump back into it as she kind of looks back to you guys and says, before we finalize any plan, this is just one strategy that we've kind of come up with. We really do want your input, obviously, as we
Yeah.
are recommending you as our our sword in this, in this plan to
Yeah.
bring this all to an end.
Well,
It's your lives at stake.
first off, I'd like to say any plan that we usually come up with usually fails, so we're probably going to wing it most of the time. That being said, pretty sure
Yeah.
our
You
main
white eyes there. Ariel and Mulan don't see the humor.
Yeah,
Hercules chuckles.
trying to break some tension. Right. So, obviously, first objective is going to try and stop the keep. And we're probably going to try and do that as least destructive as possible, considering it's a flying fortress. And either way it's going down, but we'd like less explosions, probably. Realistically,
As long as Snow White kind of interrupts, as long as it's behind enemy lines when it crashes.
that is what we're going to aim for. Second objective, take out the Empress and Quill. Preferably Quill and then the Empress. But that brings us to a question, and she'll look at Snow White. Out of character, she knows that that's her stepmom?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she was a loving
yeah.
stepmom in her childhood.
She's family to you.
Not to mention, might know some more things about the ultimate goal of Chanabug and
Yes.
Merlin when she's not currently willing to share.
Snow White gets a little bit more serious, but she doesn't say anything. She just kind of stiffens up and listens more intently.
Ideally, we'll go with whatever you decide. But I believe we're gonna try to capture her, try to release her from whatever spell she may be under. But if things come to fruition that we can't, or that this is her, we may need to take her out. What is your opinion on that?
He pauses for a, noticeably long time as she seems to, but her face and posture doesn't really shift or adjust. She's not fidgeting. She's not, she's just kind of staring, and eventually responds and says, "Family is always the most important thing in the entire world. But I'm not sure if she is that anymore. She has done so many terrible things and lost her way. She pauses. Miko, the little mouse, speaks up over. And he simply just squeaks the word hope. And Snow White softens her stance and her tone a little bit and says, "Do you think she can..." The only reason to save her would be to bring her before us and have her and have justice be served. But we must do whatever must be done to stop this weapon that her and Quill have put together. We must end this tide of darkness and creatures that are plaguing our lands. And if that were to mean that my stepmother is no longer capable of being saved, it is what must be done for the good of all of Fantasia."
All right.
What do you mean? I'm sorry. If she says save, did you guys say save or capture? I want to make sure I didn't speak out of turn with.
Same word, basically. We're giving the gist of capture, save, bring her back here.
Right. I guess the reason I'm saying if you use the word save, I might have accidentally implied that, but she would probably ask you
Oh.
what you mean by save.
By save, we mean capture her. If there's a way that we can dispel whatever spell she's under, we'll try and do that. But if we find it's not a spell, if we find it's her being her and she chose this path willingly, then we might have to change tactics.
You're suggesting she is not willingly chose this path.
We don't know.
That. Alright. To explain some of it. The tieflings who've been working with her. Originally, a long time ago,
Yes.
were similar to us. And the heroes of Merlin type. She was once Merlin's assistant, I believe in the same age. And then got corrupted. Through what we've managed, when near death, the tieflings have been able to revert to their elven form that they had before. Briefly before
My memory
crossing fell.
seems to bring back, since I'm sitting here looking at Anna. Didn't we save Anna's sister? She was corrupted and we saved her? Or something?
Well, hold on. She was in the middle of something. So what were you saying, Callie?
So theoretically, we might, if she did not cross over willingly, but was tempted over through the corruption of Chanabog and the Dark One, might be able to bring her back to either
Where have
the
you-
person she was when you knew or before.
What have you? Where have you learned? What makes you think that is the case, or where did you learn such a thing?
A place out of time, technically. Right, we did learn that in the giant white box of hell.
Yeah, I think so.
No, you learned that in the
Temple in the
Zanza,
jungle.
the bone temple in the jungle. Remember, she was
Oh, yeah.
grieving the loss of Snow White's father, and then she, in her moment of weakness, took over, essentially.
Then where did I get the bit about her being Merlin's servant, or did I make that up?
That was true. She originally,
Okay.
before she fell, before this great calamity. Sorry, I guess I'll give you a real quick history lesson. Again, it's been a while, and I don't expect you to remember all this shit, so I will give you a quick recap. So,
But
originally,
so
the Empress was beloved originally by all because of the great things she had done, and she married Snow White's father, and what she had done in the Draconic and Giant Wars and stuff, and how the world knew peace, and then the Wicked Coven era or events happened, and during those Wicked Coven, she chased the witches, and I want to mess up now. Caligula to Zanza, where she had originally started the Wicked Coven. So deep in the jungles is where Caligula killed Snow White's husband in their pursuit of her. And during her grieving, she tempted her with the temple's power and corrupted her.
okay, and that happened during this age, or like
This
during a
age,
different-
yes.
Okay. Well, I
Yeah.
had part of it right.
Yep. No, you got the gist, so I wasn't going to correct.
Well, So, a temple in Zanza. She was corrupted by Caligula and a large amount of grief.
She looks over momentarily at Simba and he nods. She told the same story after she healed our jungle. It's true as she speaks. Something was done in that temple, and they have removed the effects upon our lands.
It takes a lot out of us. But it can be done.
Rethic will speak up and say, it's too big of a risk. We must be certain that not only that this weapon is destroyed, this fortress is fallen, and this tiefling is destroyed. Who's to say she will not pick up the scraps and continue her conquest, even once this curse is lifted and Quill is no more?
That is for
The two things you sort of just said, assuming it really was just a curse. So either she was changed from it, or she reverts back to a person she was before.
Let me pause real quick. I want to circle back to you here, Asleem. So, what were you? Is there something you wanted to add, jump in here and say, or were you
I
just
was
asking a question about
saying
Alma?
that I thought we converted Anna's sister. I can't remember. Elsa, is her name Elsa? Snow Queen.
Yeah.
She had a
Yes, you
mark on
guys.
her, and
You
we
met them at Elsa, yeah.
and
This
we
is
brought her
sister.
back.
No, you did not bring her back.
I mean, brought her back from being
Oh, you rescued
dark
her, but
Snow
she's
Queen,
still
yeah.
up in the frozen tundra. She's
Yeah, but
she's the,
we brought her back from the evilness, that the curse.
correct. Yep.
So we could basically
So Anna is
Snow
here
White.
with a lot of her troops from. Oh my god, I'm having brain farts on city names now, but basically from the northern kingdoms, and also she's also kind of the leader of the nostalgia from the frozen
So
tundra.
if they're
as well.
familiar with that we did that to Elsa, then we could
Mhm.
just explain that that's what we would do. Same basic thing to her.
That's a good point. Honest, we'll also bring up that as a kind of echo that story and tell a little bit more detail as to what you guys have accomplished up in her lands. Snow White pauses again, and Mulan will be pragmatic. It's kind of support Rethic's saying it's like, it's a lot of things on a possibility. There's a lot of things on a maybe. Can it be done, or can it be done without the risk of destroying the fortress or making sure Quill doesn't slip away? I do not want to wish execution of any family member, but this Empress, this is not just a recent event. She was slain, defeated, killed by all the kingdoms of Fantasia for the corrupted person she had become before. And she's resurrected by Quill. As she mentions, using your life, Snow White, if I don't misrecall. Luckily, Karuda was there that day to bring you back. I do not think it's worth the risk. The cost of potentially everything.
So basically, it's an option. If things work out, then we'll try
Make
for it.
her-
But if it's too much of a risk, then we'll just take care of business and finish this evil for good.
It seems
That
like the
sound
council is split, but Snow White essentially settles the crowd. And as you speak up, Salim, she'll say, "The darkness must be stopped at all costs. Quill must fall at all costs. If the Empress can be saved, bring her here for justice and redemption." and it shall be served. If she anyway resists or jeopardizes the mission or the goals of what we must accomplish here, then she, that must be cast aside.
All right. We will do our best. And that leads us to our last point.
Mhm.
After all this goes down, assuming we are still alive, which we will be, I have confidence in our team. We have to go after Merlin and Chernobog. And end all of this.
Lorna?
Yes.
As you are speaking, and as these words are
Oh no.
just becoming vocal, the great, massive, magical mirror in this council room starts to ripple.
Oh great. I love
And as it
Nice.
dissolves and starts to fade,
Did you butt dial them?
It's a good chance they might have.
you start to see the familiar face, a purple skin, crooked horn quill start to come into focus.
this.
With an image of the Empress and offset a little bit in the background, whispering words, almost some type of incantation. As see will appear before you on the mirror.
Do they look like they were trying to contact us? Or they don't know that we're there?
No, he's looking at you, and he then starts to speak. He goes, "Welcome, the free kingdoms of Fantasia. You've grown much faster than I anticipated. It's definitely forced my hand to take some risky measures, but all for the best, and all for progress." He looks at you. I'm not mocking you. That's true admiration for what you've been able to accomplish here. Look at you all. Kings, queens, beasts, gods pretending not to be. So much effort in pretending this moment is avoidable. It's not about conquest. It's about resolution, and something that has been set in motion for years and years and years, that you like to think that you can control and prevent. I don't mean to intrude. You sure are plenty at work with things of planning. I look forward to engaging you on the battlefield and turning more and more of your rallying citizens to the cause to my side. But I come with you because I am not cruel, and the spear of finality is charging quicker and quicker. I might be able to fire it sooner than I originally was expected, but what you don't. But I figured this would be. Oh shoot! Sorry guys. One second.
This bitch.
Really, 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 really want to interrupt him with the sarcastic comment.
Right.
Sorry, kids. Right?
That's fine.
Where was I? I feel like I was starting to I lost my place. And okay. Anyway, I didn't come out to waste your time. I came with a simple question to test you, to see how firm you are in your resolve. The spear of finality is charging. You know that already. What you don't know, what Merlin never taught you, is the power of this magnitude must discharge and if it's not fired cleanly, it bleeds. And you start to see the mirror dissolve and shift into energy around the fortress and the room that he is kind of in, and it's just arcing everywhere across the room. These different constructs that circle the room and kind of arcing off of his horns a little bit. He goes, "It's time to let this weapon bleed again. I can aim the bleed. It's not a perfect science, but briefly give it some guidance. Maybe enough to spare, my dear. Or I can just let physics, fate, and fear decide for us. Do not mistake this as mercy. This is containment for my final, resolution of all that needs to be done. But if you are afraid to make a choice of where we should aim this at, I am fine to let it just go as it wishes to. It goes as it wishes." He kind of starts generalizing. Maybe your front lines, your giants on the ridges, your dragons in the sky. Each can absorb it. You will certainly bounce back. None of which will enjoy it. I pose it to you all. Who do you believe that this pain is survivable? Who thinks the world will overcome this and still be strong enough to fight forward in this war and assault you have planned for us? I'll give you the moment. I'm just curious as to which future you think is worth the cost. And he just quietly stares at the room, and the leaders are clearly starting to react. They are already kind of starting to say things in between each other.
I have one question for you that does not count it as an answer, if you don't mind.
Certainly.
Were you this condescendingly false honorific every time, or were we just getting under your skin a little bit more?
There's no irritation, and you could go ahead and do an insight check.
I didn't say you're irritated. I said you're condescending.
Oh, God. Thought you were asking if he seems agitated.
No, I'm asking, is he honorific? So, like, condescendingly pretending that he really cares to honor us. 15, so not great.
No. I certainly don't care what you choose. I find it interesting in how you and your leaders will resolve such a complex option.
I asked if you offered this every time. The second, the third, the fourth.
Oh, no. I had to wait for our guests, for you all to arrive. The relics resonate, and they want to come home.
Not answering my question. But alright.
What did he not answer?
Did you offer this every other time?
Yeah, he said
so, like, when the second group appears. Oh. Interesting. Quick power?
Quick power.
You want to, do you want to discuss with the other leaders, or you just want a quick above table chat? Well, you know what? Maybe we should stay in character and have this conversation and not do above table. Right. Let's keep it in character.
Y'all do that. I need to confer. Laura's gonna try and talk to her bracers again. She knows that they're not exactly ready, but be like, "Are you there? Can you at least, like, talk in my mind or something? We would really appreciate your help and your thoughts and all that." I want to know if we can stop this. Stop the power from destroying things. Are we able to stop it?
When the bracers don't really react. You do hear some leaders start to speak up over the options, and when Simba's the first, he goes, "I've watched the land rot because leaders refused to choose to do something about it, and it became too big for us for the number of warriors we had to actually take care of it. It took these people to come in and finally do something that we had not been able to do for years. Don't ask us to bleed. We came across the seas to fight for your cause. Do not sacrifice those that have traveled so far to fight for you and cross the sea to just be wiped away."
I mean, before we talk about this to
Yeah.
the man of too many goat horns, I kind of have a third proposal I'd like to float past at least the rest of Karuda and
Yeah.
us. One, he's desperate.
Oh, absolutely.
So theoretically, why would he have to bleed it off at all? If we just agree to fight him somewhere else?
No, because then he's going to make up his mind and he's going to shoot it here.
He's going to do that anyway.
No, he's letting us
He's
pick.
basically trying to break up our alliance
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
by making us choose somebody to suffer out of
Yep.
all the people, and
And what I'm
So-
saying is, if instead of getting him to try to do that, if he's really so benevolently honorable as he's attempting to be,
We challenge him.
maybe.
if we could survive it, I would say let him hit us with it.
It's a
Well,
really
the other leaders are still
large
speaking up,
fucking
too.
if.
As you guys
Yeah.
kind of have that
Right.
conversation amongst yourselves, you'll continue to hear some of the ideas and voices of the others speaking at the table discussing these options. Hercules says, "You don't aim the weapons at the ones holding the line. You take the hit where strength can endure it. And the blast comes, let it hit them." And he kind of notions over to Thoric, the storm giant, in much more humanoid form. He's definitely changed form for this council. Still the largest person in the entire room and very giant in stature, but not in his true storm giant state. And Thoric's brow kind of furrows in disappointment at the suggestion Hercules would make. And then Snow White will kind of speak up before Thoric gets a chance. He goes, every choice we take teaches the world what we value. If we sacrifice hope to save strategy, we will win a war and lose the world. We got to think more than just tactically," as she kind of points that towards Hercules.
What does Maiko say? I mean, he's supposed to be all wisdom and everything. What does he say about could Garuda survive?
You want to ask him directly,
Yes.
or wait till he has something to say?
Ask him directly.
Okay. So you take a moment from your current conversation with your
Away from
friends.
everyone else.
Well, I mean, this is a big council chamber with everyone's kind of talking to each
Right.
other across the table, and you guys are having a private convo. I don't know. You can speak out to him, or you're trying to. You're not going to get a quote unquote sidebar, I guess. I don't know what you're shooting. Like he won't step away from the table and leave the council.
Yeah.
But you're welcome to ask questions or speak to anyone at the table.
Ask him if he knows about the power. If Karuda is strong enough to resist this, that would show our resolve to the others that we are willing to sacrifice. And if there's any type of help, spells, or whatever that he or any of the others could give us, I mean, if we take 50% damage, we take 50% damage. If we lose some
Let's
of
role
our...
play this. Well, let's keep this in character.
This is why I'm asking him.
Well, he doesn't know what 50% damage means.
Well, I mean, yeah. Well, put it in.
Let's have a
game
conversation.
words.
So you reach out to Miko and you
Oh,
start to
Miko.
ask him.
Do you know anything about this bleeding off power? How powerful is it? Can Karuda survive it if we take the hit? Are there any ways?
And Miko kind of speaks like, we've already seen the devastating effects of one of these, overcharges. These bleed off, and it was quite devastating. I don't think any mere man would be able to withstand an attack or something like that. As he kind of looks over at Simba, who was speaking kind of about not sacrificing all the troops and the men and mortals in the front lines.
I'd also like to point out it wasn't
I have
recommended we take the blast.
So no, I do not believe you would be able to take it. And while it won't wipe out any of or wipe out our complete defenses, it's going to make an impact to whoever gets attacked.
Is there?
You're asking
anybody-
for a shield for something that we've been trying to stop hoping to stop. I have no shield for you to offer.
Is there anybody here at this table willing to take this hit other than Karuda? Because if you take this hit, your sacrifice, as cliche as this sounds, will not be in vain, because this will give the rest of us the opportunity and the morale to not let your deaths be in vain, for us to be able to go onto that ship, to be able to defeat that fucker, she points at him, and the Empress, take down that ship and end all of this once and for all. It fucking sucks. Nobody wants to do it. I understand that. But we do not have a choice.
Make a persuasion check, please.
Oh shit.
With advantage.
Okay. 19?
Holy shit, Lorna McKinley with a 3.
Yes. There are days.
Okay. The table definitely responds to what you have spoken. Those that haven't spoke up quite yet. And you will hear, you'll see Thor kind of speak up and just motion it at Hercules. Giants were born to bear burdens others cannot. This is not the way. If you choose us, it will be remembered. Theriel, the Gilded Army General, will then speak up and say, the giants could withstand such a blast, but so could the dragons. And she motions over at Rethek. You and your king can easily try to fly and avoid as much of the catastrophe as possible. Our soldiers and troops in the front line do not have that luxury. And unlike the Quill's men, who just kind of completely refill the ranks from the dark depths of their lands, our men do not recuperate as easily. And then Rethek will kind of respond to that. And if you bleed us while your city stands untouched, and she kind of scowls, and you see kind of this kind of frost kind of a form, or like as she starts to speak, and she says, think carefully if you start to just consider using us as shields. Arya speaks up and the platinum dragon starts to kind of pushing everyone down. He goes, "Sacrifice given freely is noble. If it means to stop the tyranny of the lack of choice, then let it be us. Let us weather the storm like we've done for centuries overlooking these lands. Me and my kin are prepared to do what we can to return this world to the state it was before all these creatures came out nothing." Doric looks surprised at surprisingly at our art, as well as a few others who just kind of came out and came to the decision to be that one that falls in the blade. If Snow White then speaks up and says, "Are you certain?" She kind of, Anna then kind of looks, Anna and Ariel then kind of look at you guys to see how you all respond as well.
Hold on 1 second. Just kind of pulls everybody in. We have a wild card we can play right now.
And with all these people
It
here,
will eventually doom everybody in the future, potentially.
either way it will. But that's the thing. With all these people here, we have so much more wisdom on how this could go depending on what we ask of it.
Yeah, there's one problem.
Yeah.
Just points to the mirror. So I don't know if we can
Hold on.
mind this shit.
I got you. Laura's gonna go over to the mirror. Does it look
Mhm.
attached to the wall?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty massive.
No.
He kind of looks at you as you approach the mirror.
You look older.
No.
Just saying. Hey, Thoric? Do you mind helping me for a second? I feel like all of this is kind of an invasion of privacy.
Oh, if you would like me to make the decision on my own,
Oh no.
I can definitely leave now.
We have a decision and we are deciding upon that now, but there are certain things that we would like you to not be privy to, because then where's our edge in this? Can we not make peace with our own people without the enemy
Let me
looming
call
over
you.
us?
I'll give you a moment. When I call back, I expect you to have an answer promptly. And the mirror kind of dissolves and back to a hard reflective surface.
Right.
That's not what I was planning on doing, but cool. Okay.
What were you asking?
Nope, that
No.
works perfectly.
Lorna was getting Thoric to help her take the mirror off the wall and just bring it out of the room.
Nope, Quill hung up.
Yeah,
It's
Quill
fine.
hung up, so it's fine.
Right. What I'm about to suggest, the consequences are not up for debate. It is more of it is this, or we sacrifice something who does not need to be sacrificed. There's no... So, basically, does anybody know about Jafar? Other than Tharia?
Actually, I don't recall. Does Dario? Yeah, she knew about the. I think she knew about the lamp, but I don't think she knows anything about your relation to the lamp.
Yeah, I think Callie looks at it. Right, never mind. So, the lamp that was in the deserts of Arabia, we have it.
Does Lorna pull it out and set it on the table? Yes, Lorna pulls it out and sets it on the table.
No, do not put it back.
Lorna puts it back. Just be like, see, we have it. Puts it back.
We do not need that thing affecting a whole room full of people.
I agree.
Basically, it has one more wish before it unleashes Jafar and consequences later with gods and whatnot. However, it is still a wish. Right now, that may be the only thing that can potentially save everybody at the moment.
Wait.
Nico's eyes go large. You have the lamp of Jafar with you.
Yeah.
Mhm.
No good can come from a wish like that. And
No.
Theriel kind of mirrors that conversation.
Wait.
How much good can come from sacrificing a unit of people here to fight for the betterment of everybody?
Now, another
Rethik
question.
kind of speaks up. It's clear it's the perfect answer. Why don't we use this just to destroy the flying fortress altogether?
No, because it's a wish. We have to phrase it correctly, and no matter how we phrase it, it will backfire.
It's a genie still.
Exactly. Now, my thought is a different thought to this. We all know this is bad as well. And should you still be willing, if you go into battle and the ship goes off and you're in the line of fire, what if you destroy this lamp as well? Would that blast be magical enough to destroy a genie in a lamp?
If we cast the wish, he's no longer in the lamp.
No, but that's the thing. We don't cast the wish.
Still a sec.
That's the thing. We could release the genie and do the wish,
Uh-huh.
but then the genie's out,
Uh-huh.
and we're back to ground
Which
zero.
is Jafar.
Yeah,
Along with whatever pact he has with Set and the other gods as well.
exactly. There's
Like I said, future problem, not debating that part.
but that's the
Er-
thing.
Ariel and then kind of look at each other like, it seems very risky and dangerous to add another formidable foe while we already have overwhelming odds stacked against us.
Hang on.
But that's what I'm trying to think, is that
It wouldn't be a current foe. If I remember correctly from what that fucker promised.
because Auroria, if you do decide to sacrifice yourself for the greater good, and you bring this lamp with you, if it gets destroyed in the blast, is that the end of that? Is what I'm trying to say. I'm not saying now use the wish.
I mean,
She looks at you and says, "Don't get me mistaken. Me and my kin are going to try to avoid as
Of
much of the
course.
blast as possible.
I agree. But like,
I do not plan to give my life to destroy a lamp that should have remained buried, in all honesty."
I'd like to mention that may potentially backfire on 3 of us.
I know. Yeah. The thing was, it was us or the tieflings that would have gotten it. All of this
Real
is just
quick, there's a reason why he hasn't just fired on us anyways.
There is. There's also a reason he's desperately trying to get energy the dirty way. Which is what I originally suggested, was just offer fucking scheduled combat so the fucker stops bleeding whatever he's bleeding. If he
The
really
mirror
does.
begins to ripple again, and he begins to come into effect. Have you made your decision? I grow bored waiting.
It wasn't even like 5 minutes.
Patience is shit.
Lorna looks at the table, like, silently asking, have we come up to a decision?
While you all pause
still-
for... Oh, go ahead.
I'm still voting to use the secret weapon.
Lorna looks at the table. Snow White, Thoric, Auroria. Archer, I can't fucking decide.
I mean, look. Out of character. Use the fucking genie wish. Now, what that genie wish should be in order to... The only thought I have is to have it absorb the bleed off and have it fire back into the darkness.
He looks bored across a non-responsive table. He goes, well, I was genuinely interested in your decision. I guess I will just let's see what fate decides. And before he finishes the word, Auraria speaks up. If you mean what you speak, Tiefling, aim your weapon at my kin. If you have the control you boast, and you are looking for one of us to suffer, then the dragons will, or the metallic dragons will shoulder that blast, that if it must be the case. And Quill looks over at Auroria and the rest of the table. And, how noble. It'll be done. And the mirror starts to ripple away and close. He doesn't linger. He simply got the answer he was hoping or looking for. There's no last minute words of taunting or threatening.
He will use this wish to try and make the blast go elsewhere, because he thinks that we've answered.
I mean, making it go back into his own face sounds rather lovely.
But then what are the consequences of that? He's free. The genie's free. Jafar's free.
Mm-hmm. Who, if I remember correctly, did Silent help me out, because I apparently didn't write it down. He either wasn't interested in this conflict or wasn't going to interfere with us doing this. Because I remember asking something. He wasn't.
What if our wish was have Jafar has to help us beat the Empress? Then he has to be on our side, at least until this is all over.
So, basically have him redirect the blast and get ourselves a nice little pet for it?
I mean, I feel like redirecting the blast would be helping us, but has to be our ally until this war is over.
So basically,
Can we
this is not the actual wish. Be like,
can we
wish.
can we wish Jafar to be good?
Change his alignment to true good.
Then he may
He'd
not
still
help
be
us at all.
chaotic, just good.
Yeah.
We don't necessarily know he's evil.
I believe that I think that you guys made a deal with Jafar that he said he would not interfere with. I don't recall him making that. 'Cause I'm just thinking,
Like, I don't know if it was a deal or if I asked him and he didn't seem concerned with this. He had his own shit going on. Because I think I
He's
asked.
concerned about he was mostly concerned about his imprisonment and the pact that that and Hades and Loki made to kind of curse him into this lamp and into this 1,000 wish curse.
Yeah.
So
He's not concerned with the darkness at all. Unlikely has a stake in this.
his primary concern is the three
'Cause-
gods and what
yeah.
their plans are with them once this is completed.
If I remember correctly, even the fucking gods are on our side right now. Because destroying all of this destroys everything they have too.
You spoke with Set. He's very keen on making this thing come true.
Which thing?
1,000 wish.
Yeah. Not what I'm concerned about. I was more of they don't. Because, like, Reason would say his thing with 1,000 wish can't happen if the turnabout gets their way and controls everybody. And destroys everything. So it would be in all of their interests to help us. Just so that they can further do whatever nefarious thing they have planned. Right. I think so.
I
Say
think.
theory.
Oh, I hate this silent. I don't want to make it.
Look, I will make the decision. And my decision, if nobody speaks up or says anything otherwise, is we're using the fucking wish.
Pull
Because
the trigger.
losing all of the dragon, give me the gun.
All of the people that know about the lamp at the table have discouraged it, but
They're also willing
Yeah.
to sacrifice a whole unit because of this
But
bullshit
it's-
for
like
a
I
noble
said,
cause.
they made it clear that they're going to weather this blast as best they can. But you are
Look,
correct.
Look, the thing
I'm not.
is-
You guys can do what you want to do. I'm just saying, if you think it's not going to be consequential.
Oh no, it will be.
Completing a pact
Everything
with
will be.
We know.
three gods that
This
are
is
not
campaign
necessarily-
3's problem.
Yeah.
It sounds like campaign 2 or 3's problem.
Yeah. Look, if we use the wish now, we can at least get something good out of it. Either way, if we don't use it until after this fight, we get nothing out of it. Right?
I mean, we have to use it before at least some of us start dying.
Exactly.
No, why
Oh,
it
they-
up? It says, I agree, the risk is grand. This is a lot of things. Let's say you're right. Set Hades delay their plans of conquest until the immediate threat's over. Once this pact is complete and the greater enemy right now is gone, what happens after this pact completes? What happens to the world that we just saved?
Nobody knows. It's either
And then Arari speaks up. I'd rather deal with the known than the unknowns.
I
I
agree.
will
Right.
possess the lamp.
Let the dragons take the hit. They agreed to it.
It's fucking stupid.
Some of them will survive. They're just too widespread out in the sky. It won't take them all.
You don't know
Releasing,
how big
taking the
this
wish
thing
is taking the wish is adding issues. No matter how we phrase it, it's going to add issues.
like every option is going to cost lives, but a delayed decision costs them all.
Yep.
And who knows when this blast is going to take place? Who knows what power Jafar even holds over this flying fortress? A wish is a wish, but what they've constructed is beyond anything I've ever witnessed.
then go warn your people now. Give them as much time to prepare. And we'll get everything else going.
Well, Snow White will bring up one last thing and say, like, Aurora, go tend to get the message out, and hopefully they can avoid as much of the devastation as possible. And all the kingdoms and all of Fantasia, thank you for your noble sacrifice. And Thoric will even address Aurora and thank him for the sacrifice. This will be remembered, Dragon. After all was once said and done, you shall maintain the peace in the skies once again. And he leaves. Snow White looks back to the rest of the room and your group and says, the weapon is clearly charging us faster than anticipated. Who knows if we have as many days as we thought we initially calculated. When should we put our attack into effect? What's the soonest we can get this realistically off the ground?
How much longer do we have till our keys are fixed better?
Your keys will actually return back to their form tomorrow.
Tomorrow, I guess. The morning after. Tomorrow is the earliest that we can do. Right now, the keys are inert. We have no powers with them.
Snow White looks to Mulan and says, is it too soon? We'd have to move things up a little, several hours, but can it be done? And Mulan kind of looks over the battle map and her kind of share, her and Theriel discuss a little bit, and then ultimately they respond, we can be ready. Snow White then kind of looks back to your group and says, what should be done? Tomorrow, at the break of dawn, we will fight the fight of our lives and hope that we make it to the other side. And at that moment, you start to hear this crackling from outside the windows of this council hall. You see off in the distance this huge flying fortress hovering above out in the distance, and you start to see some of this purple like arcing lightning coming off all over the fortress until it starts to generate into a larger bolts of arcane energy. It's almost like a plasma beam as it starts to arc through the sky towards the dragons, where they are kind of soaring above near the mountains. Doesn't hit them perfectly, and actually hits the giants a little bit, as well as some of the giants, and many fall out of the sky. But you also see large droves of them trying to fly and escape the blast, clearing them out of the region temporarily, and allowing the darkness's creatures and their flying corrupt beasts and dragons kind of come into our airspace a little bit. And now the troops on the ground and the giants that remain in the ridge are responding accordingly to this new threat in the territory. She looks at Thor. Will the giants be able to return? And she also looks at Retha. Can you provide assistance to reclaim this? And they both nod and excuse themselves from the room. to take care of this, or to the best of their ability.
Did that energy look like anything we've experienced before? Just to figure out anything about it, where the fuck he's getting this.
You could, because of how familiar you are with cosmic magic, your entire group, it's just radiating through your body. You feel this cosmic energy just shattering through the sky when it's firing.
It's powered by
Fuck,
the
is he getting
purple
that?
ring key.
Yeah, but how? We try to cure one person of a handprint, we're knocked out for days. Isn't that fucking shit? From one set of keys? Something's... How?
So, with the remainder of the room, so what is the plan for our approach tomorrow? Are we going with the airstrike, or did you have something else in mind? You mentioned going behind enemy lines. I assume, invisibilities and stuff, but how do you plan to traverse the maelstrom and the flying creatures in the sky without invisibility?
I have one idea. It's a lot of steps and it burns a lot of spells. I could take a potted plant of a small little tree and polymorph myself while that tree is in my inventory. And I turn into a bird, fly up to the fortress, undo the polymorph, cast plant growth on the tree, turn it to a large full-grown tree, to transport via plant, and let the others in through there. That's going to burn a lot of spells, but
There's
no
also
one will
like...
see us coming.
It's also like 3 points that could get you captured and killed.
Mm-hmm. I feel like using the original plan that we had, or that they had, to get us there is going to have a bigger chance of success. Unless she'll look at Miko and the others. Unless one of you knows enough magic to create a portal above the ship and we can drop in. Because ideally, that is going to get us there the quickest, the safest, for not just us, but everybody else. Does anybody here have that kind of magic?
Miko starts to scratch his inner chin. It can't be possibly that simple.
I like things that start with that.
Well, he kind of dusts his tiny self off and starts to speak up as loudly as he can, and it commands the attention of many who listen intently as he starts to say, well, the Flying Fortress is a forgotten kingdom, a lost kingdom, one that fell when the Empress was originally struck down.
Yes.
And many of our kingdoms have teleportation circles. I would imagine it would be the first thing to block or defend, but we could try to see if we can learn or uncover the circle It's been. East just starts losing count of how long it's been. Decades since I've stepped foot in, those castle halls. I might be able to help you with the spell, but I do not know what awaits you on the other side. Or if it will be still stable with what she has done with the fortress at this point.
That might be something we are willing to endure.
Yeah. Considering everything else. If
Simba
it's
kind
just...
of, yeah, like they're already expecting you.
Exactly.
Already said that they know we're here.
I mean,
The moment of surprise is past.
But that's the
not if
thing.
we just literally show up in the middle of the place.
Exactly.
It's rather surprising and fucking stupid, which is why it worked great.
It's us.
That's why we have the dragons and everybody do their
I
original
still do
plan.
the attack.
Right,
just-
do their plan like they were opening a corridor for us to go through while we go around the back, because they would be expecting us to come to the corridor
Use
if they
Argo.
fight.
We're on the ship on Argo and go with it, but we're actually not there. They're not going to expect us to teleport onto the damn ship like fucking idiots.
I mean, how often have y'all
Actually-
fought? Well,
I mean, fair. Yes.
Actually, they probably already think that if we knew this, we would already be there.
Exactly.
hang on. You said multiple teleportation circles, didn't you, Miko?
Well, not all kingdoms, but many of the kingdoms in the world of Fantasia have teleportation circles.
How long does the teleportation circle stay open?
Not
Mhm.
long.
I need
Right.
to look that up.
It's really not long. It's not even. It's a minute, I think.
That's a lot of time to get a lot of running through. Just saying.
That too.
No,
That
it's
too.
one round.
Yeah.
That's
It's
less
open for
time. But still.
Is it?
Yes.
Only up to 8 willing creatures of your choice that you can see within range can tell. Oh wait, that's teleport. What about teleportation circle? Sorry,
Yeah. So that
that's different.
Mm-hmm.
duration
1 minute,
round.
or that's casting. That's only 1 minute. Oh, 1 round, so 10
1 round,
seconds.
Yeah.
Or
Any
not 10,
creature.
6 seconds. Yeah. So
Yeah, but it's any creature that enters the portal in that area. So you could have the circle, and you could have 6 to 8 rings of people all around that circle, filtering
Just
into that
go.
circle and then running out. But again, it depends on what is on the other side.
I mean, there's also another option.
Yes.
We go in first. Tear shit up.
Yeah.
Sending people after us.
Yes.
It's also technically a ritual.
That is also true. Out of character question.
Mhm.
Mulan's intel was because she had people on the ship?
scouts, either
Scout.
from correspondence they've gotten from fallen troops, or
Yeah.
what they've been able to uncover from behind enemy lines.
Okay, so
Um,
there's nobody that has
they-
been on the ship.
Oh,
Physically on the ship, no, but she
Okay.
does have reports of what she expects on the ship.
We can get those
To be
details later. I was just thinking
Yeah.
if any of her people had seen a circle, they could at least let us know where it is. But if they haven't been on, then there's no point to asking.
Correct. they
There's-
wouldn't know.
also one thing we should do before we get on that ship is talk to the prophetic dragonborn on Argo.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. The one who literally said, "Hey, I'm coming with you. I think I can help you."
Yeah. She's just like standing in the corner waiting.
So our game plan is hope Miko figures out where the teleportation circle that'll get us there,
Ideally.
Go there tomorrow morning,
Yep.
cause mayhem.
Yep.
Right.
But in the meantime, talk to Prophetic Dragonborn,
Yes.
see what else we can find out, spend our last night here.
Yep.
Anybody else?
Snow White
have
looks
anything?
across the room and looks at you. It sounds like a valiant plan. I think this is our best path forward for all those involved. Our best chance at ending this for good. Everyone else that still remains at the table looks at each other in agreement. Says, "Crudo, we've asked a lot and put a lot on your shoulders. We will do everything we can to bide you time and keep the enemies at bay and keep these people safe. But admittedly, we are putting so much of everything, all the world's problems on your shoulders."
It's been like this forever. Ever since we got the keys, we knew something like this was going to happen. This is just the end of it.
I mean, yeah.
Oh, I imagine what was I imagined great things for you long ago when you first came to me and traveled to the Dragon Fang Forest to find your first relic. You gave me hope that day when you saved me from the Pris. You recovered one of the relics, and many more accomplishments that you've done along the way. We have full confidence and faith in you, and that you'll be able to do what needs to be done tomorrow. We all fight and die in this hope for a better day tomorrow. Miko then just kind of adds one little quick line to that and says, let's stop talking like this is the beginning of the end. Start talking like this is the new beginning. What the world's gonna be once we stop the Empress and Quill tomorrow. Let's look forward to that. And the council will kind of come to an ending. You guys are welcome to stick around and seek any, if you would like to talk to anyone individually, or if you guys would like to retreat to some Karuda alone time to discuss some things amongst yourselves as characters. What would you guys like to do before we break for the night, just so I know where you're heading next?
Laura's having a drink. Fuck.
Want to
But
have a drink by the beach?
drink by the beach sounds fucking amazing right now. Can we bring a prophet with us so we're like multitasking?
I mean, yeah, we can triple task.
Cool.
The connection to my mom is through the beach.
Oh.
Stormborn, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's
That's
have
what I was
let's
thinking.
have a downtime and just have a beach episode.
You know, let's all hang out by the beach before we go on.
As the
But-
dragons are falling from the sky and dying, and
Nothing we can do about that.
you
shit
have some
right now?
time to collect your thoughts, and you guys have time to contribute your efforts to the front line if you really wanted to. It's how you guys want to use your time between now and the strike against Quill and the Fortress.
So, this is gonna be a terrible idea, and we're not actually doing it, but the thought of summoning that shop that's now just permanently in Dunbrock, but summoning him here, and being like, hey,
Why
we
aren't we
need some
doing that?
stuff. We need more
You
potions.
totally can.
No,
We'll have
we're
a
not.
shopping session.
But we're in Madeir, so we should have like access to a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
What's left?
Well, it's
yeah.
war-torn Madeir. So, I mean, yeah.
It-
But you definitely could get some supplies. Not like,
Mhm.
Endless, but you definitely have some supplies with all these military supplies and all this equipment and gear brought over.
Yeah.
You are right, it is wartime. There's lots of refugees and mouths to feed at the
Mhm.
same time, so There's gonna be some things you can find though.
Yeah.
So, hey, keep that in mind as you guys, spend the rest of your few hours here before going to sleep. It sounds like some of you wanted to drink. Some of you might want to go seek and refill certain reserves. Just let me know what you guys want to do, or we can, pick up and do that next session as well.
I'm making a list of things that maybe we could do, so then maybe next session we at least have a list of like, hey, this is what we're doing, and go through it quickly.
Yeah. I mean, my initial thought was Callie's gonna go to the beach because just see what the gods say, but also let's all just go to the beach.
Yes, we're all going. Well,
It's where she feels
I'm going
closest
to
to
the beach.
Aphrodite.
Tell the prophet. Go to the god.
All right. Well, I think that is a perfect place to call it for the night then. I hope you guys had fun. It's been a long time.
Yeah.
It's hard to get back in the saddle and dust some of the rust off, but we're good. No, I know it's a lot of talking, lots of people, lots of NPCs, but try to keep it to as few as possible. There was many, many more I wanted to include, but I felt like this was plenty enough. So.
Mm-hmm. No, it was good. It was very good.